guys okay? Hey guys, and welcome back to our channel. This is my wife Aubrey, and I am Donnie. We are two Americans currently living in Germany and sharing all of our experiences and travels here on this channel.
Every time we walk through the grocery store, we've noticed something that we briefly mentioned in our Brotkultur video, and that is American flags on packages with the claim to being American style. So we've been really curious about this and wondered if these foods are really people's perceptions of American foods and what they actually taste like.
And so today we are putting those thoughts to the test as we try these American style foods found in Germany. In today's video, you American or American't find these in the United States.
We went to our local grocery store and started out with some strict criteria. The food that we picked either had to say American style, or it had to be very obviously decorated with American patriotic symbols. So we'll start our lineup with American style Toasties, American style hamburger patties, American style hamburger buns, American style hamburger sauce, American style brownies, American style chocolate chip cookies, and finally, the exception that we did make was Western fries.
So we did make the one exception with the Western fries because it doesn't have American style or the American patriotic symbolism on the package. But I had just made a video recently that was talking all about barbecue culture in the South in the United States. And on the package it had a lot of Americana symbolism in terms of cowboys and the name Western and the font they used for it. So we kind of thought it was appropriate as the side for this meal.
So the first thing that we need to do is to prepare this food, and then we'll put it to the test.
So the patties that were inside of the box are just formed raw patties. They're not actually seasoned and pre-made and you're just reheating it. So they're not like when you get it American style already made hamburger. So we're gonna have to do all the seasoning ourselves, which is okay. But whenever we were growing up, it seems like everybody or every household has their own way of seasoning a hamburger. Some like it really simple with just a little bit of salt and pepper. Some do it a little bit more complicated. I think we're kind of like in the middle. We like to do Worcestershire sauce, salt, pepper, garlic salt or garlic powder whenever we do ours, and sometimes a few other things. But if you want to see a really good video of an American showing how an American makes a good grilled hamburger, go check out the channel Kraut Salat. He did a whole video where he was making a burger and showing you how to do it, and he did a great job explaining a really good hamburger. So we'll link that channel so you can check that out. We don't have a grill, so we're going to be doing it on the stovetop here, which is also another way that we do it pretty commonly anyways, so it'll turn out just as fine.
So that's not very American of them. They are not pre-sliced. I've been trying to figure out what these smell like. It's definitely familiar. I think it smells like plaster, like in a new house.
Oh. Yeah, it smells like paint. It smells like paint in a new house. Maybe all the chemicals. That's the American style. They stuffed it with tons of chemicals. That's why it smells like that. Okay. Alright, so we have everything all prepared now, and we're gonna get going on our taste test. And we basically have a full meal prepared. So we have our side, we have our main, and we have dessert. The only thing that is kind of awkward in this meal that doesn't really fit are the Toasties. And so we thought we'll just call this our appetizer for the meal, and that's what we're gonna start with for our taste test.
So this one was especially strange to us. On the package, they're called Toasties, but in the US, we always call these English muffins. And so I've always assumed that they are a British thing. They're from England.
So I just looked that up because these are always called English muffins. And so I was trying to figure out, why are these decorated with American patriotic symbolism on the package? Turns out these are kind of like fortune cookies. So something that is under like a different nation's flag or culture in the US. It turns out it's a completely American thing. Fortune cookies were invented in California, and English muffins were invented in New York City. However, the one saving grace for these is it was invented in the late 1800s by a British immigrant. These do have some British ties to them. They're not 100% American.
But we had no idea about that, so that is a really interesting fun fact for us today.
Okay, so the taste test, we're gonna taste it just straight so we can see if it's just like the US version. Normally, we would have it with butter and jelly.
Lovely. Extra crunchy. It's like a standard English muffin.
Yeah, I would say that tastes like a really good, English muffin that you would find in the US. Nothing that sticks out as that strange. It even has like grains or the flour on the outside that creates a mess and gets everywhere. And yeah, otherwise, no, that's a really good English muffin. Or a toasty, as we would call it now. So now onto our main course. So for this, we have the Western fries and the hamburger that we made. And the hamburger has 3 of the American style ingredients on it. It has the buns, it has the patty, and it also has the hamburger sauce.
And we also have the Western fries. I don't like any French fries. I'm probably the only person in the world that does not like French fries. I've tried them my entire life, never have liked them. I do like sweet potato fries though, but I'm assuming I will not like these, so I just got a couple. But let's give them a try.
Okay, so okay.
I don't like them.
So there's a couple of things with these. Is one, we did leave them in the oven for a little bit longer of the time. And the reason why we did that is because I like them to be really crispy whenever we eat the fries. And these didn't crisp up. And also, you really don't get like barbecue flavor on them at all. You can see like some seasoning on them, but like you don't really taste it.
It tastes a little bit. Because I feel like the times I've tried fries, I've just tasted like saltiness, but there's something on there.
This doesn't have the salt, but it has like a very, very light flavor on there. I just wouldn't classify it as barbecue. I can't say that this is an American style. It didn't claim it was American style though. That's the thing, but it did say Western.
With a cowboy on it, so.
And I would say that we would hopefully know that with our barbecue video that we had made and everything. They may taste like some like frozen fries that you would get in the frozen section in an American grocery store too, but probably some low quality ones that I would never buy again.
Okay, and then to wash down our fries, we are going to have some Dr. Pepper. This is an American classic, and it was actually created in the town that I went to college in. So I had a lot of Dr. Pepper those 4 years. But we haven't had it in a while, and you really don't find this everywhere. Even in the US, you don't find it everywhere, and I haven't seen it much over here either. So kind of excited for this little treat. Classic, that's good.
That tastes like home.
So honestly, initial thoughts on this before I even taste it. Looking on the package, I thought it looked like just kind of a cheap, not very good hamburger. But I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was just a frozen patty and not a pre-seasoned, pre-grill marked hamburger. Kudos to that. I think this could be good. And
then the other thing too I want to note is the hamburger sauce. This is something I see everywhere in Europe. At least I think everywhere in Europe. I've seen it a lot of times, yeah. That is not an American thing.
I've never seen that before. Maybe some places have it, but American burger sauce, I've never heard of that before.
No, and that's why it's so funny they're called American style, because I don't know how you can call something American style when there is no American thing. But we also call English muffins English muffins.
Yeah,
it's not an
maybe
English
it's
thing.
that.
On a true American hamburger, there's kind of a debate in the US, almost like a little battle between different regions of the US of what kind of sauce you put on it. Personally, I love ketchup and mustard traditionally,
Me too.
but I also love ketchup and mayo. But I would never do ketchup, mustard, and mayo on my burger.
I like ketchup and mustard on mine. And we also like lots of different vegetables on ours. So we have onions, avocado, tomato, and spinach.
Which is what we do in the US.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, let's give this a shot.
Is it that bun that I'm tasting?
There's a lot of bun, probably. The patty kind of has like a McDonald's flavor to it. I think just because it's a low quality beef and like a really thin patty. And yeah, the bun, it had a weird smell. It just kind of, it smelled really chemically, which I think is probably pretty American style with a lot of chemicals packed into it. It's a lot of bun.
Yeah, I think it's the bun that I'm not crazy about.
The sauce too, for like the Americans watching it, wondering what is American style sauce, it did have like some tomato base to it. It was by Heinz, which is interesting.
And it has dill in it.
Like you can see the dill floating in it whenever you look at the sauce. I like it. I think it's a good sauce. It's just not true, I think, American. Yeah, I would say the burger is okay. If I made my own patty and stuff, I think I would choose a higher quality beef, and usually the patty would be a lot thicker than this.
And we usually do like a wheat bun, so
yeah,
a little more flavor in that.
And I also prefer grilled over
grilled is always
but that's the kind of like, that's not any dock against the American style food. That's just we didn't have a grill. So it may taste better with that way because you have more of the smoke flavor in here as well.
But I do think this, besides the sauce, is probably pretty representative of just like a classic American hamburger.
Yeah, if you got store-bought white buns and stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty representative. There you have it. The hamburger, pretty close. That's what I call that.
Good enough that we will finish this later.
So our final course that we have is, of course, dessert. Now we have two different dessert options that we're gonna try today. One being a well, they're both very American classics, but this one is very particularly an American classic, American chocolate chip cookies.
Normally, we don't buy store-bought chocolate chip cookies. This is something that it is classic to grow up with homemade cookies. I can just smell them right now, and they're really gooey and soft at home. Like when we first moved here and I was feeling a little bit homesick, I really, really wanted some homemade chocolate chip cookies. So I went to the store and tried to find all the ingredients to make chocolate chip cookies.
Now that's something I will say I think is a little bit debated in the US on whether you like your chocolate chip cookies really soft or crispy. And some people prefer them crispy. We both prefer them extremely soft. And normally store-bought cookies are hard. And that's why I don't really like store-bought cookies very often.
Ooh, they smell good. Ooh.
They look just like Chips Ahoy.
They really do, yeah.
So they are hard, aren't they?
Yes, they're hard. They have some good big chocolate chips in them though. And then another staple in an American household, whenever you have chocolate chip cookies, you always have a glass of milk on hand. And you have to dunk the cookie in the milk. That makes it softer too.
Another hotly debated thing. Do you hold it? Do you dunk it? Do you set it in there? A lot of people just let it set inside.
I don't do that. Pretty much like Chips Ahoy.
Yeah, so there's a US brand, and maybe you guys don't know it. I haven't seen it in Germany, but it's called Chips Ahoy. And that's kind of the classic store-bought chocolate chip cookies if you're gonna have store-bought chocolate chip cookies. They look basically identical. They taste just like these, and they're hard and crispy. And so they're good. I mean, it's always kind of like if a class is having like a party, somebody may bring like a sleeve of Chips Ahoy. If you're having like a slumber party at your friend's house, someone might bring a sleeve of Chips Ahoy. It's definitely, for the most part, not something that someone is going to have as like a regular, just on your own snack.
Yeah, I mean maybe, but
I feel like
not typically.
Yeah, pretty much everybody's gonna prefer home-baked chocolate chip cookies. Yeah. And something that we have a hard time actually finding in Germany are chocolate chips, like good regular sized chocolate chips. We found like super miniature ones.
Or big chocolate chunks. We've seen that.
So yeah, I would say that is a good American style, store-bought, not necessarily American style cookie, period. It has to be, for me, this is an American style cookie, comma, that you bring to a party, to a store, like things like that, blah, blah, blah. Not just your everyday American cookie.
The next dessert we have is brownies.
So brownies is something that I feel like is also pretty stereotypical American, pretty famous. These are pre-made brownies. On the package, you have like cube brownies, but then also these chocolate rings that are on there, and that I would not call a brownie.
Yeah, no.
We're going to see what's inside here. Whoa, it's only the rings.
Oh, then that's not really a brownie. Maybe it's brownies into these cookies. So no, that's not an American style brownie.
That's what it is. It's a cookie. It's just like this ring.
Well, since it's a cookie, I'm gonna dip it in my milk. It doesn't fit in my cup.
Whoops. Yeah.
It tastes like a brownie?
Mm-mm. I mean, kind of has a brownie flavor.
Yeah.
So the difference between a cookie and a brownie. Cookies, to me, are round, hard. I mean, I just said we like our chocolate chip cookies softer, but like these have the same consistency as like a store-bought cookie. Like they kind of like snap a little bit when they break open. A brownie should be like fudge. Almost like a cake, like a really, really dense cake.
Yeah.
If you make it right, like really moist. These are completely dry. They have a slight chocolatey brownie flavor to it. But on the package, they have pictures of the correct brownie.
Yeah.
I think they just try to pack the flavors into these.
Yeah, brownies are usually in a square or a rectangle, not a round, flat thing.
Yeah, because I mean, these were like piped out into a circle. A brownie is cooked in like a cake tin, and then you slice it up into the cubes. So these also, I won't say are sweet enough to be a
they're
brownie.
not. They're a good cookie, but definitely not a brownie.
So that's kind of disappointing. That's not an American brownie. And also, the package is so funny. I thought this said American Spirits, and it's American Spritz. Maybe we should have known based off of the word Spritz that that's what these are. We read it wrong. I thought it was American Spirit. I thought they went extra patriotic on it.
So far, the least like an American style thing.
So we have seen other brands of all of these different foods as well, but we just got these brands because they said American style or they had the American flags and things all over them. Like we have seen an actual brownie mix with American flags on it too, and we might try that one sometime.
So if you guys want a part 2, there is still a ton more of these American style foods in grocery stores, and we can let you know if they actually are what we have in the US if you're interested in that. So if you want to see a part 2, leave that in the comments below. And if you have any other questions about do Americans really eat this or that you've seen in movies or TV shows or any other stores, leave those in the comments also, and we'll try to answer some of those. Thanks so much for watching this video, guys. We really hope that you enjoyed seeing this. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and also hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time we upload a new video. We would love to be able to continue sharing all of our experiences here in Germany with you guys. We'll see you in our next video.
Cheers!
Good. Are you guys okay? This is my wife Aubrey, and I am Donnie. I felt like I was like looking like this.
Every time we've walked with... Every time.
I think saying you can American kind of defeats the purpose of saying American.
You can American.
Like you can.
You can American. For this, we both have... Why aren't you reaching for your plate?
I didn't know. I thought we were doing it before you started talking. I'll follow your cue of reaching.
Course. So for this, we... Were you still not ready? Course. So for this...
Does it have to be like exactly this? It does not have to be. I'll just pull it when I see you going. Oh my gosh. My hands are up here, ready.
The next one is brownies.
Do that again. That was weird.